Okay, so this week, I taught my lesson. I know I was talking about that in class. I taught it Thursday morning, and it went really well. The kids were engaged, and they liked it, and they listened to me. So I think the classroom management parts went really well. Their background knowledge on the subject wasn't high enough, and my science class made it sound like you're not supposed to explicitly tell them, so I didn't. My teacher said I should have. But that's okay. It was my first ever lesson that I've ever taught in a classroom, and I think it went really well. And I was finally able to sleep again. I know it doesn't look like it, but I was. um, so yeah, it was a good week besides being just like really tired and stressed about that. So yeah, I wrote down everything I have left to do for the semester, and I still have, projects, exams, papers, lesson plans. I still have 18 things to do total in the next 4 weeks. Thanksgiving break's gonna be fun! So, yeah. In a class this week, I learned that even though I'm getting better at close reading, I'm still not the best because of page 145 when we were talking about the red and gold. How it wasn't actually a luxury, it's people who like aspire to luxury. Just that whole part. So I'm getting better, but I still need to actually, if I'm doing the reading, I know I need to get it done, but I need to do it right too. So, just getting better and continuing to keep those practices up and not let them slide. And then, speaking of the intuitionist and how it relates to class, so the whole class, the course theme is thinking sex, right? And discomfort. What does the syllabus say? It's a strategy for transforming yourself. So, recognizing that you're uncomfortable and why you're uncomfortable. And with the intuitionist, it was a lot of sex and race things. And by sex, I mean gender, because sex isn't just sex, I guess. Intercourse. Except Lila May's sex experience was kind of uncomfortable. She was analyzing the situation, and that was different. But we discussed Lila May doesn't really have emotions, so that's because she's otherworldly. She's black box. So that world, that elevator world. Yeah. So that's how it fits in. And then the what does it say? The setting and the conceit have on our understanding of race relations in the U.S. I think this whole book is just one big metaphor for how race is still treated in the U.S. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say on that. I mean, it's like one big exaggerated metaphor, but also not really. Like, this stuff still does happen, and yeah, it's still real, especially with everything that's going on today. So, and race is still like an uncomfortable thing to talk about. I guess we talked about that both in our English class and then in my diversity literature class and in my RA meetings. So just like bridging that discomfort in being brave and asking questions if you don't understand something, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I annotated bibliography, so I think I'm on the right track with that. The feedback I got wasn't too horrible. Nick pointed out that I'm not doing some MLA formatting correctly, which is good because I need to practice that more. I'm not very, I'm not good, but like sometimes I don't do it accurately. So continuing to practice that, make sure I'm doing those things right, and then make sure that I'm using quotes that actually relate to my thesis. There's a couple I have to take out, and then explicitly talking about my quotes. But for our conference on Monday, I want to talk about my thesis for the paper and whether or not it's too obvious, and if you think I am picking fruitful quotes. So, looking forward to that. Sad we don't have class Monday or Wednesday next week. I want to go to class. I like that class. But it's okay. Still get to see you on Monday. So,